Yeah, thank you.
Okay, good. Okay, so I have a couple of questions. You're charismatic. You say things that we all want to hear, but so did Obama. What makes you different than Obama? Because Obama brought in people flooded to him, he said everything right. You're doing the same thing.
So I've heard this one a lot, and it's been fascinating to me. I think Obama didn't say Obama said a lot of things that I didn't like, actually. But he said them well. That's the thing, actually. He stood in favor of economic redistribution on the basis of race. I mean, he was saying it, but he said it well. Just read the transcripts of what we said, and they're very different. But I think people say, maybe my voice sounds like... I think we deserve a leader in our movement who can articulate what America is. One thing that I said that Obama said, and he used well, is e pluribus unum. It means from many, one. I'm sorry, that doesn't belong to Barack Obama. That belongs to a founding creed of this country that's etched into every one of our coins. And I think our movement deserves better than politicians who just point to the vision of the Democrats, but without offering an alternative vision of our own. This guy was a community organizer. I don't even know what that means, as his qualification to be the U.S. president. I've taken on bureaucracies my entire career. Took on the bureaucracy of big pharma and won. Built a multi-billion-dollar company developing medicines that pharma refused to. Built the leading firm pushing back against BlackRock and State Street and Vanguard. I don't know if you guys know about anything about the ESG movement. I built the leading anti-ESG firm. That's what I was doing before I ran for president. That crossed $1 billion in assets under management in its first year after launching that. That's faster than J.P. Morgan took to get to the same place. Not a single conservative was. A lot of us were complaining about it. Not one of us stepped up to do something about it. So I wasn't a community organizer. I've been a businessman and I've had success in taking on bureaucracies. But now I'm going to take on the mother of all bureaucracies, and that's the one in the federal government. And I think the thing that's made me understanding of some of the skepticism of a new guy is how bad is our politics and how bad is our Republican Party that when somebody comes around and actually says what needs to be said, I'm the only candidate in this race, the only one without exception, on or off that debate stage, who can tell you I will strip vaccine manufacturers of the special liability exemptions that they enjoy, because where there's been injury, there needs to be justice. The only one to tell you I will pardon every peaceful January 6th protester on my first day in office because it's the right thing to do. It looks like it was government entrapment, and nobody else can say it. That Ronna McDaniel, the failed chairwoman of the RNC, needs to resign after 5 failed years of leadership. The only person who can say I'm against the CO2 pipeline making its way across the state. Why? Because Bruce Rastetter calls us all up on the phone and tells us to shut up and sit down about it. And everybody else complies. And so the sad thing is, when you have somebody now, we live in such a twisted world, somebody who comes and say the right things, we're skeptical of somebody who says actually what needs to be said in this country. And that makes me sad for this country, but it also gives me my sense of duty to make sure we see this through and have a government that just tells the people the truth again. These things haven't helped me secure donations, I promise you that. Every politician anymore is dancing to the tune of their biggest donor. And in my case, that biggest donor is me. I do not report to them. We put over $25 million, nearly $30 million of our family's hard-earned money. We didn't inherit it. We earned it. And we're putting it into this campaign because I'd rather speak the truth and lose this election than to win by playing some fake game of political snakes and ladders. Winning isn't worth that. But that's the way I'm going to lead this country, and that's the way I'm running this campaign, and that's why I'm asking you to vote. If you want somebody who's going to shut down the deep state and speak truth to power, then start by voting for the candidate who's going to speak the truth to you in a campaign. And that's why I'm asking for your vote on Monday night. So thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. A real quick second one, and then I'll give these other people a chance. Yep, really, really brief.